Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and my greeting to the member of the assembly. Welcome to the Pillow Talk Show. Our topic today is the advantage and disadvantage of studying online. Before I begin the discussion, I would like to introduce this guest member. With me are three guest members, one not strangers. Do not hesitate and do not worry because it seems that our counselor are not happy to sit and see all three members of our guest today. Our first guest is a minister from the Minister of Education, Datuk Salahuddin bin Abdul Latif. How are you, Datuk?
Okay, I'm Datuk Sarodin. I'm fine.
Next, our second guest is a student who went viral recently on social media, namely Nur Fatin. And our last guest is Prof. Rosaini from the University of Munster. Well, before I divert further my question on the first guest, what is the meaning of online learning that is being taught about by teenagers as well as older peoples nowadays?
Thank you for our host today. Now I explain with you what is the meaning of online learning. The meaning of online learning is general is learning that is done electronically using computer-based media and a network. Online learning is also known as electronic learning, online learning, internet-enabled learning, virtual learning, or web-based learning.
An excellent explanation from Datuk Salahuddin. Maybe Miss Fatin has another opinion?
Yes, thank you, host. In my opinion, for this question, online learning is education that takes place over the internet. It is often referred to as e-learning among other terms. However, online learning is just one type of distance learning, the umbrella term for any learning that takes place across distance and not in a traditional classroom.
Thank you, Miss Fatin. I am sure the audience will also like to hear the opinion of Prof. Rosaini.
Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity to voice my opinion. Alright, so it can often seem like teenagers are using technology and the internet for a large part of the day. It's hard to know where the line falls between shared, dividing use, and overuse of technology. This case can help you find out more about how your child uses technology, whether they are using it responsibly, and when there might be a problem with how they are spending their time online. Why teenagers are using technology so much and why they are using it for about the risks and effects of technology on teenagers, what problems to look at for how to help your children use technology safely.
Next, we move to another question. Can you guys explain the advantage of studying online?
Okay. For me, advantage of studying online is studying online give you more flexibility. You can work and fit your work schedule and your hobby around your coursework more easily, even more so if you are taking an astrochronos class, an online class where you don't have to log in at a specific time for a live season, but you can study and interact with your instructor and your fellow classmate and your one pace through, for example, the discussion forum.
A good example given by Datuk Salahuddin. Does Miss Fatin have another example?
Yes, I have one example for this question. One of advantage of online learning, you can learn whatever you want. You can pick the program of your dream in the traditional education. But the would involve traveling away from home, living in a completely unknown city, and struggling in the extremely competitive learning environment. With online education, you can take any program, of course, presentational for your universities.
Thank you, Miss Fatin. How about you, Prof. Rosaini?
Thank you to our host. Well, about my opinion of advantage studying online, self-paced learning. When you start browsing through interesting online courses and programs, you notice the self-paced level on most of them. What does it mean? Self-paced learning means that the students can start completing the targets of any time, and he can arrange a learning schedule that meets his individual needs.
It is now clear that learning online has many benefits. Can you all tell us the advantage of studying online?
Okay, for me the disadvantage of studying online is it is beyond doubt that online learning requires some equipment. Two typical kids of e-learning can be taken as example here. First, computer-based training provide use with learning object including audio, video, animation, and application simulation via CD, ROM, or a mainframe and through a local network. While another type, web-based training, had learning material deliver over the internet. Or computer connected to a network is must both of them. Beside power of follow an internet server and any hardware issue can also make server impact on studying online process. Last but not least, technical requirement may put great pressure on one who are completely not computer literate, which in turn might learn to stress and frustration. Thank you.
Great opinion from Datuk Salahuddin. Does Miss Fatin want to add something?
For the last question, one of the most disadvantage of studying online is the lack of further interaction between teacher and students. It is because of the fact that most online learning programs can only offer an one-way communication. This disadvantage is available as stated in the disadvantage learning online. The loss of human context, let alone personal touch with interest provided in traditional classroom in which two-way face-to-face communication always provide important is this invite through. Similarly, I also believe that there significant reduction in the amount of traditional through distance learning.
Very concise explanation from Miss Fatin. We turn to Prof. Roseni to hear her opinion.
Well, for our last opinion, which is disadvantage of studying online, apparently, online learning means studying in isolation and without a set schedule and proper study timing and demands strong self-motivation and self-discipline to be a good learner. Studying online is totally not feasible for students who need regular and instant feedback from instructors. The absence of face-to-face communication results in the failure of receiving immediate feedback for students' assignments and fieldwork studies. They may not have their problems and questions of the last lesson solved by lecturer or classmates as in traditional class, which can function as barriers in one's learning. Thank you.
I would like to thank to all three members of our guests for being present and willing to express their opinion today. I hope what we get today is not just in the right ear, out the left ear. Before I want to end this talk show, I would like to apologize if I made a mistake, and I hope you all can meet again. Thank you.
It's caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the crossfire.